everyone. We're here with Deavonte Williams, CEO and founder of Assurance Plus, and he is here to talk with us today about a very exciting franchise opportunity that Assurance Plus has just launched. Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, we're going to dive into some questions. We're excited to hear a little bit more about the opportunity straight from you. The first one we are curious about, if you could tell us how you got into the industry and a little bit about what led you to found Assurance Plus.
Awesome. So we are excited. We are absolutely excited to share about Assurance Plus franchise opportunities. So what got me into the industry was my care, my compassion for serving folks with developmental disabilities, folks that need behavior support, drug and addiction services. So just that love and compassion and wanting to help folks is kind of what started me down the path of Assurance Plus Incorporated.
That's awesome. I love that. I love the passion behind it. That's really amazing.
This is a field absolutely cannot, you cannot be a part of this field if you don't have care and compassion for people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so in that, can you tell us, let's talk about some of the challenges that you faced along the way, and then as well as please tell us about some notable successes that you've encountered as well.
I guess, this journey is not one for the faint at heart, not for weak. You have to absolutely be a strong-minded, strong-willed, if you to be a part of this field as well. So some of my, some of our, I guess if you must say, you said some of our challenges that we faced, I guess with our new world that we're living in today, COVID kind of posed some huge challenges because it was hard getting into the homes, because a lot of the services and supports that we offer, they're directly in the homes of the folks that we provide services to. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people didn't want services in their homes, and so that kind of caused if you would, some challenges along the way. But other than that, some of the typical crises that the rest of the world see, it's not unique to our industry or our field, just staffing crisis that we all see, in every industry, in every field. We're all seeing some challenges of, folks not really wanting to work, especially after COVID. Folks not really ready to get back into the field and work. But other than that, this field is very rewarding. You leave with a sense of making a difference in someone's life, and that's always rewarding. A lot of folks in their fields and careers don't always get to leave with the reward of helping someone. Yeah. In the lives of folks, we're serving people who, with everyone in their life, they're paid to be there. Could you imagine that if everyone in your life was paid to be there? So to know that you get to make the difference in someone's day. Your 8 hours there made the difference. Mm-hmm. That's a pretty, that's very rewarding. The paycheck is just a bonus, but knowing that I made the difference, knowing that our staff made the difference, in a good day or a bad day, is pretty rewarding for us.
Yeah, that's huge. That's definitely a driving factor. It's very purposeful, purpose-driven occupation, which is really awesome. So for future franchisees who might be listening today, can you tell us a little bit about the training that they would get with the franchise opportunity, as well as some details for the support model that you offer to them?
Yes, absolutely. So let's dive right into that. So training, because I tell anybody, anybody who has compassion and care for folks can do this franchise, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not like you need any certain set of, because the training is immense. I mean, we're going to provide very detailed hands-on training, mm-hmm. From, day one on until, whenever, until you're absolutely comfortable. And then even still, we're there for support. So some of the training, we'll have you come out to Ohio. We have our team of folks. We have our COO, our chief of training. We have our chief human resource officer. They're going to spend the first week with you. They'll spend the first week going through policies, going through procedures, just going through the overall layout, right? Just making sure that you understand what it is that we do. And then after that, we'll send you back on your way so you don't have to be here in Ohio. And again, that's all optional because with COVID, let's just face it, we've all made life remote. We can do everything that we need to do from our technology, right? You know, COVID did do one thing. It made us all remote. So um, you know, that week here, we just want you to come out. We want to show you some of our sites. We want to take you to some of the homes of our individuals, some of the sites that we serve folks at, so that you can kind of get a real grasp for what it is that we do. Just see how our managers work, because we have different layers. We have myself as a CEO, then we have our COO, and then we have program directors, residential managers, team leaders, and then ultimately the folks that make the biggest difference, our direct support professionals. So we'll just kind of like introduce you to a layer of each of those and kind of let you pick their brains, you know, kind of see what it is that they do a day to day, you know, in their lives, so that you know, you can kind of see how we model that. So we do hands-on training for that first week here in Ohio, which is where our corporate office is. And then after that, we'll send you back home, and we'll do the rest of the training, you know, from remote. After that, we'll, like I said, after we provide all of those trainings, we'll show you our policies and procedures. We'll show you the day-to-day operations. We'll have you meet with our finance team, kind of show you how that's structured. And all of that. So after we do all that training, we'll send you and we'll have support. We'll pair you up with our training and our training coach, and you'll have that person, that one person. So you don't have 100 different folks, you know, this person for that, you have one person that you go to for training, right? One person for support, one person that you call for this, for that, and whatever, you know, your questions, concerns may be. And that person will be there for you, step by step, day by day, to answer any questions, to you know, give you any support that you may need.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so speaking of which too, as you were kind of walking through all those different layers that they would be introduced to, and they're picking these people's brains and during training, let's go into a little bit about what does a franchisee's day to day look like from the time they're waking up, you know, once they launch their franchise to close of business that day. What is their day? How does their day unfold?
Great question. That is a great question, right? So, Assurance Plus is something. It's a lifestyle, right? So it's not like, you know, something that you really can turn on and turn off, because we're 24 hours, 7 days a week. Again, health and human services is different than any other industry, because you have to live it, because we're entrusted to provide total care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to a life. You know, it's not like an electronic, it's not like an automobile. This is a life that we're entrusted, right? So when you wake up in the morning, it starts, right? So and it never stopped, actually. So and again, that's rewarding, totally rewarding, because you'll get calls throughout the day, different fires that you have to put out. And again, as the CEO, so right, I'm talking to CEOs, if you would, at this point. So for the CEO, you kind of have layers, you know, before they get to you. Again, I'll just walk through that again. So we have the team leaders. They're like the direct support staff, and then they have team leaders over them that they can go to for their day-to-day needs. If the individuals have any certain problems or anything that they need to, any fires that they need to put out, that's their first line of defense that the direct support staff can go to. Second, we have then the program direct residential managers. So that's for the region. So they're over the team leaders and the direct support professionals of that specific area. And then we have a program director who is over the residential managers, and then the COO, and then the CEO. Again, that's how we're structured. So by the time I wake up in the morning, I'm getting a call, I'm getting a text, an email, letting me know, you know, what happened over the night, through the night, and the end of the day, the previous day. And so I kind of just get to then go through that and see if there's anything that I need to do, or, you know, and all of our information is electronic. So all of the documentation that your staff does, everything that your employees do is electronic. So everything, you just kind of go over the reports and kind of just, you know, see if there's anything that you need to add to, or anything that you can do to, you know, help make their lives better. The name of this game is to help make everybody's lives better. So staff retention is huge. So we want to make sure that we're keeping staff, that we keep them happy, that we're providing them with a, you know, a great working environment. And so that's what we're pushing. So just making sure they're happy, satisfied, content. And ultimately, you know, if they're happy, satisfied, and content, then they'll make sure that our individuals, the people that we serve, who is, you know, that's our primary goal, to make sure that their lives is great.
Yeah, and so like along those same lines, can you touch on just a couple of key characteristics that you're searching for in your franchisees?
So somebody, again, I can't say this enough. Compassionate, caring,
Mhm.
that has a heart for folks, detail oriented, person centered. You have to definitely be person centered and care about impacting the lives of the folks that we serve. Um, Trauma informed care, understanding that not only the folks that we serve have, certain traumas that they've gone through, but also your employees, right? So our employees have traumas, because guess what? Life every day is a trauma for most of us. So just understanding that and then providing your employees with that trauma informed care, the folks that you serve with the trauma informed care, and just caring, really having a heart and the mind to serve. That's kind of how we look at that. If you're coming in for a quick dollar, then it's probably not for you. I mean, the money's there and it just happens to be great, but that's not what we're here for, and that's not you won't stick around or last long if that's kind of what you're here for.
Yeah. And so we're excited to see what the future holds for Assurance Plus, especially after hearing everything today. Can you just give us, as we close out today, can you give us just a couple of goals that you're striving for Assurance Plus in the future, whether that's in the near future or 5 years down the road?
Yeah. So again, assurance was my dream. I started assurance. I worked at the psychiatric hospital I did psychotherapy as a therapist at the psychiatric hospital, um, before I started this company. And this has been my dream. It's my dream come true. So I stopped my job there after 10 years and took everything. And out of the trunk of my car, I started this company.
Mm.
Um, myself and I was the direct support staff. I did all of the groundwork. I did all of the administrative work, all of the payroll work. I was the entire company. So my dream, as now we're seeing the company go, worldwide, is coming true.
Mhm.
So I just want to make sure that we have people who care, people who want to make a difference in the lives of other folks, and that's how you're successful as a franchisee.
Mhm.
Making a difference in someone's life is how you're successful as a franchisee and how your company, because this becomes your company. You become a piece of our dream here at Assurance, and that's how you become successful. Just providing those great services, and it will show, and people will flock to us, and that's where we're huge on that here at Assurance. Providing services to folks who are developmentally disabled, providing services to folks who will have behavioral needs, to folks who struggle with drug and addiction, to all of those different people. You showing your care, you being compassionate, you having a heart for them is how your company is successful. So as we take Assurance Plus to the next level, as we're going international, as we're going to other countries, as we're going to other cities and states, my reason for leaving the psychiatric hospital was because I wanted to make a difference on a larger level. I wanted to make a difference, broad. And to see that happening is a dream come true. And we're just excited that other folks, want to and have that same desire to touch and impact the lives of folks who need us the most.
That's awesome. Well, again, thank you so much for your time today. That entire FMS team has loved being a part of your journey, and we're excited to see what the future holds for you and for Assurance Plus. And we appreciate your time today.
Awesome. Thank you. And we appreciate you guys as well, because you guys are too a part of our dream. And you're helping us make our dream come true. So thank you guys as well.
Thank you.